Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today with some MLTP action. The Bad News Balls versus the Ghost Boosters here. We're going to be playing on Monarch and Wormy this week. We're just waiting for the game to get started. With me here, co-commentating today, I have Mars. So say hi, Mars.
Very excited. Hello. I was not pushing my push to talk before, but now I am. So hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Very excited to get started here.
Yeah, so what do you think are going to be some of the keys to the game going forward?
Well, I think.
I'm sorry, I just need to jump in here. Intense. That's the first time I listened to that whole video. I think I'm ready to sweep now. That's beautiful.
Oh, can I explain it for all of our viewers?
Please,
Yeah,
please,
sure.
please. Throw the link to them.
Yeah,
So I'll leave that up to April because he's Stream Master Flex and I'm just a jabroni.
put it in the
but-
chat. I'll put it in the...
For everyone listening, the Billy Ball Thorntons and also the Bad News Balls listen to two songs that I post to hype everyone up, and one of them is the dance craze that's sweeping the nation, self-proclaimed by the band Tiger Love. It is called Pussy Cocaine. I'll give you a quote. She kisses rough, but enough's enough. It feels like, pause, pussy cocaine, insert crazy synthesizer. So I encourage you to look that one up. The other one is by the famous coked out rapper DMX. X gonna give it to you. A perfect pairing for pussy cocaine. All of our listeners, I encourage you to look at those two songs.
That was not a paid advertisement.
But now you know what to do to start getting hyped for the game. Looks like we're just about ready to start. Might take a minute or two. For the Ghost Boosters starting, we have Gem, Franj, Quirky, and Lipsy. And for the Bad News Balls, we have Honey Bear, Spiller, Cece, and Helen Keller.
Yeah, I think you asked me about the keys to the game before. I think Monarch and Wormy are both maps where getting reset is extremely important. If you've got the flag and base, it's not too hard to cap, but keeping the flag and base can be tough. So we know Gem likes to play a very risky style of defense, and if Helen Keller and Honey Bear can counter that by playing conservatively and making sure to keep the regrab chain set up, it could be difficult for Gem to get the flag reset. On the flip side, though, if they expose themselves to too many for boosts and snipes, the Ghost Boosters may be able to keep the flag and base for extended periods of time, allowing for many capping opportunities for their offense, especially for Lipsy, who was absolutely fantastic last week, is looking for another good performance.
Yep,
So,
it looks like the game is starting here. We have a Juke Juice on the Bad News Ball side and in mid, and a Rolling Bomb on the Ghost Booster side. Looks like the Ghost Boosters and Bad News Balls have about an equal spawn. Ghost Boosters may have an upper advantage. They do get that Juke Juice in the middle. But Bad News Balls does manage to defuse the Rolling Bomb and get a Juke Juice, so it's not too big of a loss.
Yeah, Franz with a grab now. Cece gets to return. So we've got in-base defense right at the start here with both sides reset. And a Juke Juice on defense for the Bad News Balls, and one on offense for the Ghost Boosters. Now, both teams are just bouncing back and forth in base, waiting for the bombs, which both just spawned. Neither team was able to use them to get out, though, so the flag will remain in base for at least another round.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the Ghost Boosters and Bad News Balls attack now that the bomb is out. That's a major grabbing tool to common base in the corner there.
Definitely. I think with the first minute gone by and neither flag out of base right now, you can see the effect of the opening round of power-ups. When you see only Juke Juices and Rolling Bombs in that first round canceling each other out with neither team getting an advantage, it can often be difficult for the flag to get out of base right away, and that can really set the tempo for the rest of the half, as there's no immediate regrab chain at the beginning. And that's what we've seen so far here. But the Bad News Bulls were able to use that second round of power-ups to get out of base. And Honey Bear's going to try to make something happen against 4 offensive D. Hits the boost up, but Gem's going to grab and get out. So now both teams have regrab chains going.
Yeah, and we saw the effect of those power-ups. Bad News Balls probably could have capped there, except Franj had grabbed a Tag Pro, which prevented them from coming into base unhindered.
Yeah. Ooh, risky snipe by Franj, but pays off. What do you think of that? You think that's a good play?
If you can make it,
I mean, it paid off.
obviously
for
worked
right
there.
there.
Lipsy got managed to come in for the cap. I think it was probably worth it since I believe Lipsy was past 3 there, so a return would mean a cap.
Only past 2, actually.
So
I think
did,
if you'll notice, Jim really clearly communicated that kiss pretty obviously to Franz there too. I think he knew exactly when the flag was going to be coming back, so he could take that boost and get a honey without any reaction time available.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right about that. I mean, now the Ghostboosters have 2 tag pros and they're in business here.
That's a great
Yeah.
bomb by Honey too on the other side.
Ooh, nice return by Spiller, gets the flags resets. It's still 1-0 here, and both teams are going to have to look for a way to get out of base. Frog and Lipsy reset on offense for the Ghostboosters against CC and Spiller. Honeybear tries to boost in, but he's returned. Lipsy jukes Spiller hard. He's out past 3.
Ooh,
Hits
that
the bomb,
though.
though, and boosts back.
Yeah, that bomb
Then
put
tries
him
to boost
behind
mid, but that
all
doesn't
his
work either.
chasers, which hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if he could have turned the corner, though. I mean, would have been very risky, because Spiller would have had a chance to hit the bomb and return him.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't necessarily want to hit that bomb. It just kind of happened.
Maybe. Well, Quarky looks like he's going to get the power up in the top bottom left, grabbing a tag pro. Spiller gets a tag pro bottom right, with Gem picking up the Juke Juice mid, but that allows Helen Keller time to get a grab. Honeybear grabs the regrab. He's at past 4. Will this be a cap? No, as Quarky catches up. That's got to be frustrating for Honeybear there. So he really had a good opportunity. Spiller
was
waiting
past
behind for the
4.
boost. He misses it.
He just didn't quite have enough momentum to get past Jim.
Yeah.
I think he cut up to the flag pretty early. I think what the safe move be might pop all the way out and keep your diagonal movement and let your defender use that team boost to set a block. Especially when you're ahead of all 4 like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now both teams have the regrab chain set. Honeybear trying a very risky and probably pointless juke there. What was he trying to do?
I
Without
think he was
the
trying to
flag
sneak in there
returned.
for the kiss while defense was close to base.
Maybe. I mean, both teams had the regrab chains, though. I don't like that play.
This next round of pups is going to be interesting.
Helen Keller grabs
Teams
the
are trying to balance
rolling bomb there.
chasing.
Franz gets a tag pro.
But he's gonna
Honeybear's
get
going to
attacked.
get a rolling bomb and kill Gem with it. The power control's been pretty even so far this half, no?
Yeah, I feel like it's been pretty consistent. I don't think any team has swept power up so far.
Yeah. Lipsy's going to try to make something happen. He's got only 1 blocker in base, though. Helen Keller grabs. Franz pushes back. See, there's the boost that Franz hit successfully before Gem just tried. And missed it this time, putting herself behind. Although this might have been an even better opportunity for it, because the FC had a better chance of capping. Although, again, that boost does account for our only cap of the game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Bad News Balls approach this situation. This is one of the first ones we've seen where they've been on the other side of the map against regrab.
I mean, we do have Bad News Ball's best offensive player, CC, carrying right now, so...
Yes.
Helen Keller grabs another Juke Juice. Lipsy's going to get a Juke Juice bot right. I mean, Lipsy has certainly been the player of the game so far with his near 2 minutes of hold already. He's holding right now.
Not to mention
And
the only cap in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been another impressive performance for him. There were doubters at the beginning of the season who weren't sure he could do it on the East Coast, but he certainly silenced them with his performance thus far. That's the second time I've seen Honeybear go back to base like that with the flag when a return wasn't imminent. What do you think of that decision?
I mean, I think he's just trying to push the cap, but he really needs to communicate with his defense more to make it at a better time when he actually has a chance of getting a cap instead of just hoping the return magically comes.
Because you do open up, the person on the regrab doesn't want to move off from the flag so much, but he can work some contains at least a little, making a return more likely.
And especially in a map like Monarch, where the backside of the base especially is really small, so if you get trapped back there, or the regrab can pretty easily contain you.
Yeah, well, Lipsy's waiting on the boost, and he'll boost past CC and Helen Keller coming into base ahead of 2. The blocks are there, and he caps. That was a fantastic play by Lipsy. First with the boost, and then the blocks by Gem and Quarky were straight up excellent. And Franz is going to try to continue the regrab chain flag pro. You've got to say that was a very impressive play by Lipsy.
Yeah, that was just a good play overall by the Ghostboosters. Those blocks on defense were on point.
Certainly. One of the split blocks, the toughest ones to handle.
Yeah.
Honey Bear brings it back to base again, but now he circles out. Not
Yeah.
taking the risk again this time.
Yeah, I think he saw Lipsy there on regrab and realized that he
There's a
wasn't going to
kiss.
get a cap regardless.
Yeah. Lipsy picks up a tag pro mid. And he's holding once again. He's been dominant so far.
Undeniably so, yeah.
Nearly at 3 minutes of hold now. He's been doing everything. Tag pro spawns bottom left. Honey Bear's going to go over and get it. Gem chasing Helen Keller. But he's... well, now he's being pursued by a Juke Juice, so he'll be returned soon. He is. Lipsy's boosting. Past 3 now. Only Honey Bear's ahead with the tag pro. We'll be seeing... Oh my god, that suicide block was fantastic! But Spiller comes back in time. Great play by Spiller.
Yeah, I mean, that was almost an amazing play by Gem.
Yeah.
It still was
block
an amazing play by Jim.
Yeah, it just didn't quite work out, I should say.
Didn't grab the cap, yeah. Ooh, Franj is out past 2 again.
Past 3. Honey
Ooh,
gets
the
a
kiss.
nice kiss.
Yeah, that's still tough, though, because it leaves Lipsy past 2. Well, past 1, but he's returned. Yeah. The return, the prevent and hold times are very lopsided in the Ghostboosters' favor, which explains why they've had more opportunities to cap so far. If you keep the flag in base more, you're going to be in better shape. Lipsy grabs a rolling bomb bottom left. He's just got 2 to beat. He's going to bring it in. Oh, CC with a fantastic play.
Clutch.
Gets in front of the flag and is boosted out by the rolling bomb. Truly excellent. He's returned by Corky, though. And Lipsy is going to try to force it past 2. Helen Keller with a nice juke on Gem gets out. Nice play there.
Now, Franj is past 4. They can get a return here. The Ghostboosters will have a cap, but they're not going to get it in time.
Honey Bear safe in the bottom right. And that is dead, but Helen's on re now. Lipsy boosting past 2. Gem and Franj don't quite have the contain set up yet, and CC is on re though, so bad news, Boils are safe. Helen with a nice juke on Gem, manages to extend, and another one. Ooh, he should have just grabbed the juke juice there and sacrificed himself, I think. What do you think about that play?
I mean, he definitely had the option there. I think if he had gone for it, he would have died, and he decided
He
to stay
definitely would
alive.
have died, but he had a regrab set up.
Yeah,
It's
I
worth
think
it
he
for the
should have
juke
gone
juice since
for
he
it,
was
considering
returned
he died
right
soon
afterwards
after
anyway.
anyways.
That's
Ooh,
a nice
Honey Bear's
grab by
past
Honey.
3. They've got blocks set up,
That
and Gem
juke juice.
catches him with the juke juice. That was a close one.
Yeah, it's the second time Honey's had a pretty decent opportunity cap, but was caught from behind.
Yeah.
3, 2.
Looks like that'll close out the first half. Ghostboosters up by 2.
Both teams get kept flags. Important to note. So
Important
there's no
to note.
psychological edge going into the next half.
Lipsy with 4 minutes of whole time. It's pretty
Yeah.
fantastic.
He did do absolutely nothing on the defensive side of the ball, though, to be fair. With only 2 returns and 3 seconds of prevent. That means that, the Ghost Boosters were always having their best at both positions, not being forced to rotate so often, which is a good thing from their perspective. And so that 4 minutes of hold and 2 caps is a very, very strong half for the Ghost Boosters.
So what do you think the Bad News Bulls need to improve on going into next half?
I don't think there was anything in particular. I think they were simply outplayed. You look at how often the Ghost Boosters had the flag out of base. They just had the flag out of base more. Lipsy with his 4 minutes of hold. And if you have the flag out of base more, that gives you an advantage in getting power-ups, and it gives you more opportunities to cap. So it's not like they were just screwing up power-ups, or they were missing out on their opportunities to cap. I think they were simply outplayed. The Ghost Boosters had more opportunities, and were able to bring them home for a couple caps.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something the Bad News Bulls need to look at going into the next half is containing Lipsy, especially. He's their most skilled offender. And if they can keep him at bay, they can easily win the game, I would think. But so far, they're having trouble keeping him in base and even defending against him when he comes in the cap.
Be interesting to see if they make any adjustments going into the next half. Franch is saying ready, so perhaps we'll be underway here.
Yep.
So it's still anyone's game at 2-0. but the Ghostboosters are certainly in control thus far. I don't know. I think the most caps Bad News Balls have had in a half all season is 3, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
That sounds about right. I was not around for week 1, so I can't quite remember that. But
Week
I'm
1
pretty
is when
sure
I think
they
they got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they didn't get more than 3 caps.
Or did they only have 2? It might be 2.
They've only
It's
had
either
2
3 or
last
2.
week.
Yeah. Well, actually, they might not have scored more than 3 in a game. I don't know. Whatever
I think
it
they
is,
scored
they're
4
going to
in
need
the
to.
game.
They're going to need to match one of their top scoring totals if they're going to want a chance in this one. They're off to a good start here, though, as Gem and Quarky are going to have to defend Honey Bear. Oh, but Quarky rotates off of Spiller's block. You got to put that one on Spiller, not on Honey Bear. Honey Bear played that one correctly.
Yeah, he saw the perfect opportunity to try and go in for that cap, but Corey just managed to slip by Spiller.
Yeah. Well, both teams are reset. Oh, Franz grabbing. Pass 3. What kind of boost did Honey Bear take there?
I don't know, but Franz really bailed him out by running into the block.
Yes, he did, but that's just not a boost you can take. Especially not down 2-0.
Yeah, especially when you're not even...
I mean, the flag isn't even at a base there, yeah. I don't know what he was thinking. Both teams are reset. Tag pro on each side. Ghostboosters will keep theirs defense. Franz grabbing, looking around the outside, waiting by the boost. Spiller's rushing it. Franz boosts fast, but CC's got the contained bottom. He'll return him there. Lipsy wisely decides not to grab and wait for his offensive partner there.
I think if Helen's out there, it's almost a cap, especially with the timeliness of that return on the other side of the map.
Yeah, perhaps.
I think it was just one of those ones where he thought he had read it and he didn't.
Ooh, and he missed the snipe. That was a costly one as he hit the bomb instead of sniping. Lipsy will come back with his cap of the game.
Yeah, Helen and Honey both double grabbed there, which left the Bad News Balls with no offensive defenders.
Yeah.
Essentially gave them no chance once he got past the defenders.
Lipsy's already looking like he might be one of the top offensive performers of the week. With 3 caps and nearing a minute of hold. He's got another chance here if Gem and Quarky can get a return on Helen.
Yeah, I was looking at MLTP.info. It looked like Fatal was having a pretty good game against Ball Comedians.
How many caps does he put up?
Last time I checked, he had around 7.
Wow. What half was it?
Game 1, half 2.
Game 1, half 2. Wow.
They were up like 12-2.
That's pretty extraordinary. As a proud member of Ball Comedians from last season, I can't say I'm not surprised. Ooh, Quarky's got a chance here.
Spiller not
hesitates.
going for that bomb.
Was choosing between the bomb and going straight, I think, and he hesitated. And that cost him the chance of doing either, I think. Now he's flag holding as both teams are reset.
Yeah, I felt like his only chance to catch up there was with that bomb, so I was surprised when he didn't take it.
Yeah. He might just have had the diagonal, but I think you're probably right. Spiller juking around in base with the rolling bomb. It doesn't look like a return's imminent, so he'll wisely pull back out. Now come back in. I don't know why he's waiting on the flag. Oh, they almost had the return. But should we get some of the out-of-town scores?
Sure.
Okay, what do we have going around in MLTP right now?
Oh, you'd have to read them off. I can't switch tabs when the stream's on.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look. So we got Lag Prone and Boost and Dynamo tied up at 0 as the first half is just underway. Myrtle Beach Merballs, who have been absolutely fantastic this season, pulled off a first half win against the All Caps. A first game win against the All Caps, but they're down
Helen's
2-1
gonna cap there,
in the beginning of the second half. Wow.
bringing the Bad News Balls to within 3.
Who brought it home?
Helen.
Nice. Helen's
Mars, you there?
Ooh, I was not pressing the push to talk. I was pressing the button above the push to talk. My apologies, as Gem brings home another cap. making the score 5-1. Going back through the out-of-town scores, the All Caps are leading Myrtle Beach Merballs 2-1 in the second game, first half. Marble Madness beat the Adrenaline Spike 6-2 in Game 1, and brought home another win 6-1 in Game 2. Skills That Kills, one of the premier's matchups in this game, this week. Skills That Kills against 30 Seconds to Mars Ball. 30 Seconds to Mars Ball is winning the first game 2-1. The Wild Pings absolutely dominated Balcomedes in the first game, but tied the second game by a score of 3-3, or that might still be in progress, and the other games are all later. So, looking back over here, Lipsy's got a Tag Pro lead and a chance to cap.
Yes,
If he can hit the boost correctly.
Corky
But he
couldn't
misses
quite
it,
hold
and
that
Helen...
block.
Yeah, Helen was in position, but he was still at Lipsy's mercy there. Lipsy plays that correctly. That's a cap. Little doubt about it.
Franz can get past Cece and Helen there. That would have been a cap.
Spiller misses the contain on Lipsy. Lipsy hits the boost. He's past. Ooh! Cece was the last one to beat there. They've controlled Lipsy more this half, limiting him to only 2 minutes of hold thus far.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, still on pace for a pretty strong half in terms of hold time. But,
No.
does he have 2 caps again? Never mind. They haven't limited Lipsy so far.
Even if they've controlled him in whole time, they haven't controlled in caps.
And if you cap, then you're not holding the flag anymore. So, when Lipsy's got a Tag Pro lead here on for Franz.
But Helen also has a Tag Pro lead.
Yeah. For Spiller. It's a return for cap for the Ghost Boost. Nope. Ooh, Helen's pass 2. Nah. Corky's got a rolling bomb. He's gonna try to bring it in. If Jen can hit that, if Franz can hit that bomb snipe, but he misses it. Cece boosting back to get the contain with Helen. Well done. Honey Bear was past all of them, but since they committed 2 people to the outside, there was no one to contain Jen. But perhaps they needed to get the quick return.
Yeah.
So the Ghost Boosters are 3-1 going into this game.
I think they're 2-2.
Oh, they're 2-2. They swept last week.
Yeah, they swept last week, and then they got swept 1 by Lag.
I see. So they're down 6-1 here. They're up 6-1 here. So it's looking like they're gonna head off to 3-2. And a lot of people had their doubts about this team going into the season, but so far they've been proving people wrong.
Yeah. Now, Bad News Balls have also been kind of... People are skeptical about them, and their skepticism has been proved right so far.
Certainly. As the Bad News Balls have only a tie to their name thus far.
Yes, they got swept last week by the Merballs, and they're losing Game 1 pretty badly here to the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close last week. Week 1 against All Caps, they played a pretty close game, but people haven't been too high on the All Caps either. And they did get that 1 tie on Boombox against the All Caps.
Wasn't the Adrenaline Spikes?
Oh, that's right. The Adrenaline Spikes, another team which people aren't too high on, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Adrenaline Spikes actually got swept pretty badly today by Marble Madness, 6-2 and then 9-1.
Yeah.
So,
This is also the first time the Bad News Balls have had their 4 starters playing together that they envisioned in the beginning of the season, and it's not quite working out how Honey Bear would have thought.
yeah. I may be biased, considering I was one of the subs who played some of those games, but I don't think the returning player is such a big upgrade over the various subs they were using that it would make a tremendous difference in terms of their production.
Yeah.
Although it's certainly
not
nice
so
to have
far.
your starting unit, and so far it hasn't made much of a difference. So what do you think this commanding win means for the Ghost Boosters? Do you think this puts them up as one of the teams to really be scared of in the Eastern Conference? Sitting at 3-2?
I think they might be a lower playoff seed. I think they're good, but they also, last week, who did they play last week? The Adrenaline Spikes?
Adrenaline, so they haven't beaten any of the quote-unquote stronger teams in the conference thus far.
Yeah, they did.
And Lagprone hasn't looked so good so far either. They were
Yeah.
swept by Lagprone.
I mean, they obviously have a lot of talent. Lipsy and Gem both being amazing players.
Definitely. But the rest of that roster isn't quite at the same level.
Yeah.
Lipsy, he's not going to get the 4 minutes of hold again this half, but if he can hold out the rest of the clock, he'll pass 340. Which is not to
solid.
be. Yeah.
Looks like he might do that. He might even get a cap here.
Ooh, can he bring it back? Oh my
Oh.
god! That was an
A
excellent cap.
last-second cap. Ghostboosters
Yeah.
to finish off the half 5-1 and win the game 7-1.
So, Bad News Balls fall to 0-4-1. Ghostboosters improve their record to 3-2, and we'll be back with more action shortly. I'm going to see if I could grab a captain for a quick halftime interview.
Okay.
So I just messaged Gem. We'll see if she's interested in coming on up. And I'll shoot a message to Honey Bear as well. Oh, that's right. Franj is the captain now. So I'll shoot him a message as well.
So it looks like the lineups are staying the same going into the second game, which will take place on Wormy.
Do you think Wormy might play a little better for Bad News Balls for any reason?
I'm not entirely sure. I personally, from our scrims this week, I feel like it's been our weaker map, which is kind of disturbing after last game. But it is a new game, and that means a completely new score, so that might rejuvenate the Bad News Balls to perhaps try and pull out a win.
So we may have Franj coming up. Now, Franj has promised us an interview after the game, so we're going to make sure he delivers on that.
Yep, and it looks like we're jumping into the third game sometime soon, or the third half.
Is there any way to see how many viewers we have?
We have 11 right now.
11. Let's go.
We had
See,
like
this is-
19. We've lost.
Ah, goddamn. They don't like my commentary, I can tell.
Yeah, it's all you, Mars.
Well, if only more had stuck around, they would have heard the secret to winning every tag pro game ever.
Yeah, maybe we should have
Which I'm
advertised the
going to
release of
reveal.
that. Looks like there's 2 rolling bombs in mid and bottom, and a tag pro top. Let's see who can get which
Ooh.
ones. That
Helen
tag pro
actually has a
will be
great
important.
spawn for top. He's got a chance at it, and he does get it, which is very rare seeing red team get top. He's going to go straight to base and wait for his offensive partner to come over to try to grab. As Lipsy flaccid. Ooh, nice play by Gem and by Lipsy and Corky there.
Yeah,
to
that
keep
was
the
a
flag
good
in
use of
base
that rolling
despite the
bomb
tag pro.
to negate
Definitely.
that tag pro. The Bad News Balls didn't really get any advantage out of it, despite having what would probably many people would argue the superior power up.
Teams are reset here. Well, Franj actually just grabbed. He's at pass 2. He's got a chance. The blocks are not set up though, and he forces into base too quickly.
Yeah, that was poor flag carrying by Franj there. He should have probably been a little bit more patient and waited for his blocks to develop.
Yeah. I wonder if it was communicated. I mean, perhaps he could have wrapped around the outside once he saw that base wasn't. I mean, he could have just adjusted that boost up. Oh, power-ups are up. Lipsy's going to get mid. Spiller's waiting bottom. Franz boosts past him. Spiller grabs the tag pro.
Ooh,
Oh my
that
god,
was
that
a
juke by
bad-
Franz was dirty.
Yeah. That was a return they really would have liked to get, especially if a tag pro. They could have tried to force it in and get a cap.
Yeah, but not after a juke like that. Wow. If that had led to a cap for the Ghostboosters, that could have been top 10 material.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lipsy trying that desperation bomb, but hits it into a spike. Oh, CC's out past 2. Lipsy's uncontained, though, chilling top, so the return's not going to come in time. They get it now. Franz is grabbing. Spiller overcommits, and he's out mid. See, the defense has to create an opportunity for the offense to cap there. Well, for the defensive player holding the flag to cap there. Can't cap if the flag isn't in base, and they had a chance to bring it back, and they couldn't. Well, Franz is going to pick up a rolling bomb bottom at 47.
Yeah.
See if that gives his team an opportunity.
Yeah, CC did a good job when he was holding it there to not die in base, which would have really hampered their chances.
Indeed. Helen's passed a couple, but Lipsy jukes out CC again. Honey Bear missed the boost, and Lipsy's going to bring it back around mid. Spiller boosting top. He's kissing, and Honey Bear takes through grab around the outside. I think it's very important on Wormy to concentrate on keeping that regrab outside instead of inside. When you take it inside, you're much more likely to get returned and have your regrab chain killed.
Yeah, not to mention those 2 bombs on the outside can really give you a couple extra seconds to stay alive, which can be very crucial if they flag carry
Absolutely.
the flag tile.
That's a good point. Honey Bear gets mid, CC gets bottom, and Honey Bear set up top, and Honey Bear set up for bottom as well, which he grabs. So he's super mad. So Bad News Ball sweeps power-ups here. Let's see if they can make something happen with it.
Yeah.
Honey Bear staying re with his tag pro, manages to get a couple kills. And the return there. Honey Bear up to 6 tags. But only 38 seconds of hold. Nearly 4 minutes into a game on a chasing map. That's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
You need more hold time than that.
Yeah, especially on Wormy, where you basically have to get the regrab trains to allow
Helen
your team
Keller's
to get
also only at
power-ups.
a minute. The Ghostboosters, on the other hand, have gotten 2 full minutes from Franz and a minute and a half almost from Lipsy. So, once again, even though the score is 0-0, we've noticed lopside hold time, which indicates that the Ghostboosters have had more opportunities. And they've got one here.
Yeah.
Gem coming in with a tag pro. But CC is going to grab and get out.
Yeah.
Good play by CC. Franz grabs a tag pro bottom. Power-ups again have been pretty even this game. I think they might be pushed slightly towards Bad News Balls. Let me take a look. Gem's got 1, Corky's got 2, 3 for Lipsy, 3 for Franz, adds up to 9. Bad News Balls have 2 from Helen, 1 from CC, 2 from Honeybear is 5, plus 1 for Spiller is 6. So it's actually 9-6 in favor of the Ghostboosters.
Yeah, that's almost a whole entire round of power-ups that Ghostboosters that Bad News Balls didn't get.
Yeah. Hasn't seemed to have much effect on the game thus far, though.
Yeah.
Even though there have been a lot of tag pros, haven't there?
I feel like there have been, although they haven't all been used as effectively as they possibly could have.
Ooh, Helen Keller with a nice kiss.
This is a good opportunity for the Bad News Balls if they can get a quick
Yeah,
return.
Honey Bear passed 3. They got the return. They just need 1 more. Can Lipsy stay alive? And he stays alive long enough to bring Gem over, and then Franz hits a nasty snipe. So, they created an opportunity there, and the score is still tied 0-0, so this one's anyone's game.
Yeah. Neither team has really gotten an amazing opportunity to cap, although there's been a couple of open ones.
Definitely. Nothing that was really messed up, where they really had a good chance and couldn't pull it off. Helen Keller gets both chasers to spike themselves top. He's passed 2. We're going to have another round of power-ups spawning. Middle is first, I believe. Bottom is last. Helen Keller with a nice kiss. but his team fails to get reset. I think that was good play by him there. He gave his team a very good opportunity to get reset, but they just couldn't quite pull it off.
Yeah, that was a good play by Helen.
Ooh, he misses the tag pro lead here, though. They're going to have to double back.
Yeah, they're still pretty safe, however, which helps. I feel like both teams have kind of settled into a good regrab train.
Yeah, which can happen on Wormy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prevent time is very weak for both teams, as both teams, Gems got 43, while CC leads Bad News Balls with 25.
Wow, that's really low for the Bad News Balls.
Yeah, low for both teams, I would say. So yeah, when you've got trouble getting reset. Lou says hello, everyone, in case you were wondering.
Yeah,
I actually think the most quote-unquote defensive games are the ones where the offense is actually holding the flag the whole time. Oh, Lipsy's got a chance here.
That was
Boost
an excellent
in. Honey Bear
bomb.
with a grab. Nice play by Honey Bear. That was really an excellent play by the Ghostboosters to set up the opportunity, and a great play by Honey Bear on the other side to defuse it.
Yeah, that bomb blasted all the Bad News Balls away, but they managed to recover before the flag carrier could get back in the base.
Is there a way they could have positioned themselves better, do you think, that would have prevented
I mean, if they had
bomb from pushing them all away?
Obviously, if you go farther away from the bomb, it doesn't quite push you as much, and then you just come in. But it's kind of hard on
you
Wormy.
risk that boost down right into the flag then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if you
CC
really
waiting
wanted
on
to
the
be
boost.
aggressive towards the flag
Cutting
carrier,
inside
you would try
now.
and get above the bomb so that when they hit it, you go flying towards the flag carrier. That's
Yeah.
kind of a difficult position to reach from base.
Who returned for cap for not anymore? Again, that was... well, they've got another chance here. Not a great chance. And CC's returned.
Yeah, they have
We've
the
seen a lot of those. Like, 10% chances, maybe.
Yeah. And they couldn't keep the flag in base after they got the reset there, which is pretty bad, although CC could have gotten Lipsy there, that would have helped a lot.
Lipsy had a nice juke. I mean, it's tough to have that one-on-one contain. You can't really blame CC for that.
Yeah.
Okay, CC and Spiller. Ooh, CC boost back to base. I mean, if he hit it, it would have been a reset. But he prevented himself and Spiller from getting the easy contain. I don't know if I like that play. What do you think?
I mean, they're pretty desperate for a reset at this point. So if you can get it, but I feel like that was a pretty low quality attempt.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have much of a shot. I don't know if it was worth the risk considering his odds, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, Spiller's out past Jeff.
Oh, and Franz.
CC misses the return.
Alive.
Yeah, I gotta blame the defense there more than I credit Franz, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
he was pressed up against the corner.
Yeah, you gotta get that return. Mid power up spawning, so Spiller and Honey Bear fighting for it.
Looks like they'll get it pretty easily.
Yeah. It's really been Spiller who's been on top of power-ups for Bad News Balls, picking up 6. Helen Keller has 4 of his own, and Honey Bear has 3. I think Bad News Balls are actually leading pups now. Yeah, they're up by 2. Well, actually, Gem just picked one up to make that 1. 15 seconds to play, we're still scoreless.
Yeah, so it's almost even in pups and it shows in the score. Looks like neither team will score unless someone can pull off a great play.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless, okay, both teams get capped flags. So that's 1 point for each team.
Going into the second half.
0 caps, 1 capped flag for each team. So we're all tied up. Yeah, I think it's very simple what needs to happen in the next half if we're going to see more offense, and that's more defense. Bad News Balls couldn't break 30 seconds of prevent. And the Ghostboosters did not do much better, so unless the defenses can find a way to keep the flags in base, this game could stay tied up at 0, and Bad News Balls might be able to grab their second tie of the season, but I'm sure they'd much prefer a win. As you fall to 0-4-2, and your playoff hopes are already, on life support at that point. Just one third of the way into the season. Lou says that we suck.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah, a win
Lou.
is just so much more valuable than a tie. Getting those 3 points instead of 1 can be season changer.
Absolutely. So, Lou, do you have any ideas on what we should be doing better so as to not suck? He says he had to go to the in-game channel for a link. I think he would have preferred if we had given him the link directly.
Well, yeah, this is a streaming channel. Go to the,
Yeah, just watch the goddamn stream. You don't want to hear my commentary, Lou? Please.
Yeah, if we give out links, it'd be bad for business.
Yeah. You think the advertisers are going to pay us for you to watch on the stream? For you to watch them from the spectate? Please. Okay, April Fool says he's ready. CC says he's ready, so we're just waiting on the Ghostboosters here. See if we can have an exciting last half. Bad News Ball still looking for the first game of this, for their first win of the season. The Ghostboosters are trying to prove that they're legit, bring themselves to 4-2 and in a commanding position 1/3 way through. So we'll see how that plays out. Should we check out of town scores while we wait?
That would be excellent.
So, Lag Prone is up 3-2 in the second half of Game 1 against Boost and Dynamo. Now, is there a way to see if it's final?
You can look at the current half stats and it gives you the minutes, but it doesn't really say if it's final or not.
Yeah, that's 8 minutes in, so we've got 2 minutes left. There could be an exciting finish there with Boost and Dynamo down 1. All Caps actually managed to pull out the win in the second game against Myrtle Beach Murballs.
I believe that's their first loss for the Murballs, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by that. The All Caps do have a very strong defense, but I didn't think the offense was going to be good enough for them to win against a dominant team like the Murballs. Fat did have 21 tags in that last half, which is all I can say. But got 2 minutes to prevent. Oh, we're underway here. 10 seconds until game time. Rolling bomb mid, rolling bomb bottom, and I believe that's a rolling bomb top. It's covered by the match begins soon. Juke juice top, thank you. And Cece had a commanding position for bottom, for mid, and he went top for some reason. I guess because the juke juice is more powerful than the rolling bomb in this position, but he had a teammate who was going top. I think that's bad map awareness.
Top regardless, so I'm not sure why he landed mid.
Now the Bad News Balls are with Helen Keller's going for regrab. So let's see. Oh, CC wraps around inside rather than outside there, and that's going to give Franz some freedom to work with.
Yeah, we really
He's out past one, going bottom.
Outside there, potentially keep flag relative safety, and that
oh
might
my
result
god,
in a
that
cap.
block! What a cap! What a block and what a cap! I do have to say the blocks have been extraordinary for the Ghostboosters thus far.
Yeah, it's definitely created a lot more opportunities to get.
Definitely, they've been very impressive. Even that suicide block, which didn't work, that was one of the nicest blocks I've seen all day.
Yeah.
That bomb by Jem was really nice. CC containing outside. Lipsy hits the bomb. He's out past CC. Franz grabbing a Juke Juice mid and a Tag Pro top, but Ghostboosters doesn't have a regrab, so they won't be able to capitalize. Helen Keller is outside. He's going to hit a bomb there. He's out past two. That was a nice play by Helen with that bomb. But Franz has a lawnmower in base, so Helen Keller's going to have to back it back around as Franz gets the easy grab.
Yeah, and that was clutch by Helen there, because the Bad News Balls didn't quite have regrab set up. So
yeah.
If he had gotten tagged there, he would have potentially given the Ghostboosters a reset.
Would you say Helen Keller's been the best player on the Bad News Balls thus far?
Spiller had a pretty good game last half. I haven't been paying too much attention otherwise, but he does have the only cap for the Bad News Balls.
Yeah. I mean, Honey Bear has not had many caps on this season. I think he's at 2, maybe?
Yeah.
So it's been Helen Keller carrying the offense primarily. But he hasn't managed to put up many caps himself. Spiller heads out for that rolling bomb mid.
Yeah, Helen had a good week in week 1, having 5 caps, but last week he only had 2, which is just shows their offensive struggles.
Yeah. Lipsy's been held capless this half, though.
Yeah.
This game. So he's at, what, 5 for the game? For the day?
So. Yeah, he had 3 in the second.
2 and 3,
game
yeah.
Yeah.
Gem flag holding here, Spiller flag holding for the Bad News Balls. We've got defenders on both sides. Spiller returned by Franj. Helen Keller returns Gem. So offenders returning defenders. Honeybear hitting a boost. It's a return for Cap, but they're not going to get it in time. So Honeybear's going to take it back around. So, I mean, Bad News Balls have had a couple of opportunities like that. Oh, you got to cover the inside lane there. A lot of defenses don't play that correctly, and Bad News Balls fall prey to the same mistake. I mean, it's a bad situation when you've got both people covering outside. That leaves the regrab with the fastest route to base, which is inside, completely unguarded.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
especially
so many
getting
teams
a
do that.
return that close to base, you really want to try and get a reset out of it.
Definitely.
Quite get it in Honey.
Ooh, close one. It was
Yeah.
actually Honeybear's, the boost Honeybear made, I think, when he tagged Quirky, which pushed, what was it CC into the flag carrier?
Spiller. I don't know.
Spiller?
I didn't see.
Yeah, an interesting play. The physics of Tag Pro are so much fun. Ooh, nice return by Spiller. Solo return.
Ooh, and it's gonna reset
Bad News
the
Balls
Bad
have a
News
reset. So they just need another 8 seconds and they'll surpass their prevent total from the previous half.
It shows how well the Ghostboosters held the grab train last game.
Yeah. Not that they're doing a bad job with it so far this game. It's just bad in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, CC is up past 30. So they're on pace for almost a minute of hold. But Lipsy's grabbing here. CC gets a nice return.
Franj misses.
Ooh, Honeybear's got the Tag Pro lead. Ooh, he goes way too far out ahead of Helen. Oh, that's on. I mean, we've been talking about, you know, chances that aren't great chances to cap, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That was a great chance. That's
Yeah.
something the good teams convert.
I really feel like both Honey and Helen misplayed that. Honey should have stayed closer to Helen in the first place.
Ooh, Helen's
Oh.
past 3 now. Ooh,
But I feel like
sniper.
Helen had a small opportunity to use that boost and hit Honey from the backside.
Ooh,
and
Honeybear
still have the
forcing it
lead.
there. Yeah, you're right about that. What do you think of that play that Honeybear just did, though, where he forced the boost from bottom before they had the regrab, despite the fact that there were 4 in base? He was ahead of no one.
Yeah, that was a bad decision,
I think that's
especially
hard
when
to
you
explain.
reset. And now they've lost the reset because they went for pups. So that
Although they did get 2 Tag Pros and a Rolling Bomb for their efforts. Although the Tag Pros can't help you so much when the flag isn't in base, you know? You're the same chasing the flag carrier with the Tag Pros without a Tag Pro. But here they get the reset. Honeybear boosting down. This is a good chance. CC with 1 tag. Oh, but Quirky gets around him.
yeah, I feel
I
like
think Quirky
CC
played
should have been a
right.
little bit more aggressive with that tag over there. He
think
didn't
it's
really
tough,
clear the
though.
base. He mainly
But you
focused on
move out.
defending the
He was
flag.
by himself.
Yeah,
So if he moves out, then they just grab, and there goes your chance, you know?
yeah, it's a tough situation. But
It's a tough play to pull off, I'd agree. Well, 4 minutes to go.
yeah, Bad
CC and
News-
Spiller are up over a minute of prevent. They've kept the flag in base much more this half. Done a much better job on that.
yeah, in the past
on the
couple
offense
minutes,
to
they've
get out more.
definitely been holding the flag well. Ooh, and Honey gets juked out by Lipsy there, which is gonna, but still manages to catch up behind.
Yeah. Lipsy's been held to a minute and a half of hold thus far this half. Which is not very good on Wormy, I'd say. Good on some maps at this point, but not on Wormy. Franz grabbing. Oh, jukes Honeybear
whiffs.
so hard. He's got a good chance for a cap. Quirky blocks Helen the wrong way, though.
Yeah, you see, Franz rushed into that again. We saw him do that last game, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if I blame him for that one, considering that he was past 3.
Yeah, it's
Although
probably
he
more
could have
poor
taken it a little slow.
communication on the defensive part.
Yeah. Ooh, Gem with a nice juke on Spiller. We've seen a lot of overcommits like that from Spiller this game.
Yeah.
Gem hitting the bomb, that's going to be a cap. Very well executed by Gem. I mean, Bad News Balls did have chances to prevent that along the way, but you can't really blame them. You got to give Gem credit for a really nice cap there.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have had to do everything perfectly to stop that one.
And this,
Lipsy
is,
grabs a tag pro top, CC's got juke juice bottom.
and this is where the offense really has to step up. The defense has been doing a pretty good job of keeping the flag in base for the Bad News Balls, but the offense hasn't been able to get anything out of it.
I would say the defense has done a decent job, like a good enough job, you know?
Yeah.
Like what you'd expect coming in, kind of.
This
Ooh, some killer blocks there. Oh my god, he tried the second juke and it almost worked.
yeah, that was.
He tried to
close.
split them twice.
Gem isn't gonna fall for that. Manages to get the return.
Yeah. I mean, Honey Bear and Helen Keller are both a little below 2 minutes of hold right now, which I would say isn't quite enough. The flag hasn't been out of base quite often enough for the bad news balls.
Yeah.
I mean, Frange and Lipsy are at similar numbers, but they also got a minute of hold from Gem.
Not to mention the 2 caps.
Yeah, Gem's been fantastic this game.
Yeah, it looks like there's.
Ooh, Lipsy's got another chance, but he gets returned by Cesar. Okay, so we're winding up down here. Minute 22 to go. It would take a miracle for the bad news balls at this point.
Yeah, especially considering how they've played the first 2 games of this set. Although, if Corky could have gotten the return, or Helen could have gotten the return on Corky there, that would have been a cap.
Yeah. I mean, what, the bad news balls have had 1 cap all game. Well,
Yeah.
in the first 39 minutes, they'd have to come up with 2 for the win, 2 for the tie, 3 for the win in the very last minute here.
Yeah, and Wormy isn't really a map that lends itself to capping multiple times in a row.
No. They've got a bit of a shot here. Pass 2. Pass 3.
Just need the return now.
Just need a return. I mean, they'd like at least 1 cap just so that they didn't get shut out, you know?
Yeah. They're still.
Oh,
unable
ooh,
to
if he had
like it.
turned the corner there. That was a close one.
Now they need to both get the flag out of base and cap in a 20-second span.
Yeah, I think it's impossible now in terms of the time it takes to get across even. I mean, I think if the Ghostboosters left the game right now, they couldn't do it in time.
Yeah.
Lipsy grabbing. Will he get that kept flag, though?
He
Cap-
might not.
Are kept flags worth 3 points now? Is that right? Is that the
I
new
don't know.
score? Well, the Ghostboosters got
Ghostboosters
that
had-
also. So a 5-0? Counting kept flags?
Counting the kept
Hey,
flag.
am I
Yeah.
on stream?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, hey.
Fudge. I don't want to be, but whatever. I missed what happened. Was that the last half?
Yeah.
That was the
game?
last half. We had another a sweep for the Ghostboosters. You have anything to add to the stream, Lou?
Nah, can't say I do.
Okay. Well,
I didn't really catch too much of it. I just got here when I came into the group, so I didn't really catch much of the game. I was out doing some Father's Day stuff.
that's cool. There was a rumor.
So we got swept, eh?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, what can you do? We'll just have to sweep their minors team tomorrow. I mean, that's been our modus operandi so far.
Yeah, just saying
Yeah,
that the
that's a given.
Billy Ball Thorntons had the opposite result of every game for the majors, so expect a sweep tomorrow.
Hey, you guys are on stream.
Hey, Jen.
Welcome.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi.
Do we have
What's
Jen
up?
and Frange
I'm
in
fat.
here?
And Lipsy and Anzi.
We have
And,
the whole
oh, wow, we
team.
got the whole
And
team.
Pro.
So, here's a question for all of you. I think a lot of people were not so high on your team going into the season. People did not think you were going to be able to perform at a high level. And you've started off the season 4-2. You just had 2 commanding victories over the Bad News Balls. Do you think you've managed to prove people wrong?
Not yet. We still have plenty of room to improve, and we've got a long way to go.
So at what point do you think you've really
Hey, good
proved the
game, guys.
naysayers wrong?
It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna work for it.
Okay, so I noticed on Monarch especially, Lipsy, you
Yeah.
managed to hold the flag for minutes and minutes at a time. I think you had something like almost 8 minutes of holds between the 2 games. Do you think that takes a lot of pressure off of your defense in terms of it being more difficult for the other team to cap? Lipsy says, yeah.
Lipsy doesn't talk ever.
Lipsy does not talk.
Does Lipsy talk
well,
during
Jen,
games?
as a defensive player, how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about Lipsy?
Yeah, Lipsy holding the flag for all that time.
Never a problem.
It's an incredible relief having someone on once like TBR.
Oh
who
man, I wonder what that's like.
having someone on O who
Ouch.
can
Shots
who
fired.
can hold the flag in times of need is really, really, really nice.
Well, you guys look great out there tonight, so good luck moving forward. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mars. Thanks for streaming, guys.
Any more
problem.
questions will be fielded by Protect.
Team representative.
But Protect doesn't talk.
You can answer in great detail, though.
So do we have Honey Bear in here? Or no.
No, I don't think he's here.
Okay, so I think should we call it a stream?
Yep, this has been the Bad News Balls versus Ghostboosters. I'm the April Fool. Mars has been co-commentating with me. And we'll
And
see
I'm
you next
Vaughn.
week.
Yep. See you next week.